Are here with the executive chairman and co-founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a whirlwind, 15 years to the New York Stock Exchange. How do you feel?
I feel excited and honored, and I think team are very humble, and very important is that it's a great blessing from the world, and we are so excited by the trust we've got today.
Well, that's actually something I want to talk to you about is trust. You know, American investors are concerned about the structure of the company, the governing structure, the transparency of the Chinese government. Why should they be concerned or not concerned?
I think the concerning I understand. When you read so many newspaper reporter about what's happening in China, definitely. But if you really walk there, if you stay there, live there, and finding out that's not things too bad. As I said, 15 years ago, a lot of people say, how can you survive in China? Without having money, without having a government relationship, and without that. We say we work from heart. We believe only when you trust the people, only your people trust you, only the government trust you, only the customer trust you, shareholder trust you, and then we can survive. And I think a lot of things people worry about, we understand. And they will see, we will prove it.
Well, obviously you've proved it in China very well, but how often do you talk to the Chinese government? What do they say to you, and how often do you listen to them?
I listen to them carefully, because this is a job as a business leader. If you really want to help the society, you have to work with the government. Everywhere, not only China government, every government that every country I go, I try to. In the past 15 years, I took this as a great opportunity to talk to the government, listen to their worries, solve their problems. We have the same thing, create jobs, that's what we want, and pump up the domestic demanding, and this is all the things we want to do and the government want to solve. And very important is that internet is so new to any government. So if you can tell them what you are doing, and if you listen what they worry about, then you can find a way. This is why we're doing business.
So essentially, you're also telling the Chinese government what you want?
Yeah, of course. I'm telling them this is what I want. This is the dream I have. This is the dream I want to have a small business. This is the dream that, because 15 years ago when I started my business, nobody helped us. So today we can use this technology to help more people. Why not join us together? And I think we're building an ecosystem. And the government is a very important part of the ecosystem, especially in the emerging market, in the developing nations.
I want to ask you about your development in the U.S., your expansion in the U.S. and Europe. You talked about it on the roadshow. Which American company do you admire the most that you want to compete with it and you want to take some market share here in the U.S.?
Well, I think I admire a lot of American companies. They changed the history. They reshaped the world.
Which one?
Like, Walmart last year, they did a fantastic job. Microsoft and GE, IBM and Google. I think they even Facebook and Amazon, eBay. There are so many innovations. So what I want to say is that coming here, you come to learn. You come to help the small business. I think a lot of small business in America, the farmers, the small business, they probably not well taken care of by the new technology, which we focused on that. So I think we can come here to help these guys, not to compete. I think the difference between our philosophy and traditional Western business philosophy, my CFO, he graduated from Yale, and my partner, Joe Tsai, and he said, Jack, I've been working with you for 5 years. You never talk about a competition. I said, why we should talk about competition for a while? What I see, it's the opportunity. In this world, there are 7 billion people, and only 500 million people are using online. Why are you worried about a competition?
Well, Jack, I have to ask you, you're going to raise $21.8, if not more, billion. Where are you going to invest that cash in the company? Which vertical?
Well, I would not say which vertical. We have a lot of things that we are buying and doing things to expand our ecosystem. Because today it seems we are pretty big in China. But compared to tomorrow, compared to the world, we're small, tiny. Because we want to last 102 years. We finished 15 years, and there's another 87 years to go. The money, we want to say that we want only spend on the money to help the ecosystem, because this ecosystem must help small business.
One last question for you. You used to make $20 in your paycheck as a teacher. You have an extraordinary life story. You are making billions off of this IPO. What are you going to do with the money personally? Is it going to change you, and how?
I think it's changing me, because a lot of people think, Jack, you're a rich person now. And I asked my wife 14 years ago, do you want your husband to be a rich person, rich business people, or a respected person. My wife said, I want you to be a respected business people. I don't want you to be rich. Maybe at that time she never thought I would be a rich person.
So you're really not going to buy anything?
No, I think I'm so happy. The wonderful day of my life was I got a $20 amount. And I think when you have $1 million, that's your money. When you have $10 million, problem comes. You worry about inflation, worry about that and this. When you have $1 billion, that's the trust from others. That's not your money. The money I got, it's the trust of people on me. They think I can spend money better than most people.
So this essentially, this entire deal is about trust. You want to earn the trust of the American investor. You are not concerned about Chinese investors maybe flipping the stock or anything like that?
No. I think every trust takes time to build. We should have a patience. We have to prove by action instead of prove by words. So that's what we believe. China, 15 years, nobody trusts we would survive. Nobody trusts that we will be here today. We proved. And very important, the credit system is so bad in China, but we are having more than 18 million transactions every day. That is 18 million trust being doing every day. This is what we do here.